Hello, everyone. Welcome to Jeremy J. On the Path. I was actually contemplating a new name for my YouTube channel, something that represents the direction I'm headed in my life and the way I see myself and what I'm doing here with my channel here on YouTube. And On the Path resonated with me the most. I have been on the path, very specifically on the path for the last just over 3 years, on my own, trying to discover and understand myself. And I've made some progress on that path. Made some progress, and I say some progress because there's so much more progress to go. I have learned so much about myself. I have discovered things, and I continue to discover things. And I'm aware of my many flaws. I'm a flawed mortal man. Me, flawed mortal man, sharing messages with you. And I'm aware of my strengths as well, the good things about myself. And I say aware because as I'm on this path, I am in the process of taking all the things that I'm aware of. Awareness is one level of understanding or knowing, but integrating is different. You can be aware of an exercise program like P90X. You can know it exists, but until you do the workout program like P90X for 90 days and you incorporate it into your whole body and your whole being, you don't really understand that thing. It's really not a part of you. So on this path, one of the big exercises I'm doing right now is I have this Google document that lists all the good things about myself. And I'm constantly adding to it, editing it, and refining it. And then once I am done with that process, it will become my ritual every morning and every night to recite that to myself in the mirror and to then say, now I will act like the things that I and other people see. I will start to act that way. Even if I don't necessarily believe that I am that in this moment, the act of recitation, the act of saying and verbalizing, along with the act of taking action, will take me from knowing what's on a piece of paper or on an electronic document and having it be part of me. There's many things that are part of you, things you just know. For me, shooting a basketball is part of me. It's in me. It is me. If you've never shot a basketball and you watch someone shoot, you're aware that they can shoot well, but it's not part of you. Similarly for me, I'm aware of the piano and the amazing music a piano can make by someone who plays it, but it's not part of me. I can't make that music. I'm just aware of it. So integration, I think, is the next step on the path for me, and I'm sure for many of you who want to incorporate various things. There's more to incorporate. For me, it's integrating, incorporating the things that are good about myself and acting that way, knowing my value and self-worth. It's such a key. It's a missing key. It's a journey, and I'm going this way or that way. But maybe if I had like a whiteboard, I should get a whiteboard so I can diagram some of this stuff. But knowing and integrating my value and self-worth, the things I know, like I know the things about me that are good, but until they become part of my body, until it becomes part of my psyche, it really isn't part of me. It's just like reading something. Like I can read this digestive enzyme label and know that it's a digestive enzyme, but I don't really know how it works. It's not part of me. I just take it. Or it's like reading a science book or something. Like you just read the words, but until you perform the experiments and really do the work to get it to be part of you, no dice on it. It's not part of you. So I feel like this is the next step on the path for me. I can connect the dots backwards, as I said in previous videos, on things I've learned to this point. And every time you're on the path and you reach a tipping point, or you'll reach a chasm in the path, a chasm, like here's the path and here's the path, and in between here is this chasm, and you walk. This is really, how do I do this? You walk to the edge, and you get to the edge, and you kind of oscillate, and you can't move forward. You're stuck. You're stuck on the path. And for me on the path, I got to that point. With all the learning I've done, and I got there. And how do you keep going on the path? If this is the path that you're on and you're trying to get here and there's a chasm, what gets you to the other side? And I'm going to talk about that in my next video. In the next video, the catalyst. I believe it's the catalyst that propels you over the chasm, that slingshots you over the chasm, that racks you and hurls you over the chasm in a very disruptive way in your life. But that's the only way to get to that next stage, at least from my limited understanding. That's the only way. I can connect the dots backwards, and see the previous chasms in my life, previous lessons that I needed a catalyst to teach me. Whoa. Incredible stuff. If you will travel the path of life, meaning you will look at your own life, be self-aware, and strive to continue and do and be better each and every day, to do all that you possibly can every day, that's the path. Try to be a little more happy each day. Try to feel a little larger each day. Feel more, when I say larger, I mean feel more deeply each day. Try to be a little more kind, compassionate, loving each day. And you'll travel that path, and you will know you hit a chasm when you repeat a pattern and it's not stopping and you can't stop yourself. That's the chasm on the path. And you know that when that's happening, you just have to look very close to you, because that's when the catalyst reveals itself. That's when the catalyst reveals itself. And it is that catalyst that propels you. And you won't like it. I had a catalyst about 3.5, almost 4 years ago from this video. I had a catalyst that disrupted my life so massively, about 7 months straight. But that's what it took for me to get over a chasm in my path. And that chasm was guts, courage, core strength, inner belief. And finally I got over that chasm. And now the next chasm has revealed itself. And I'm at the chasm. At the point of this video, I'm on the chasm, and I'm going like this. And I can feel it. And I accept it. It's like I'm being wrapped in a giant slingshot, and I'm being squeezed and wrenched. And my body's being transformed. It's very just disruptive, like you're being racked on a torture device, kind of. And on this path, I'm being yanked back on the slingshot, being pulled back more and more tensely and more tensely. And as time goes on, if I am up to the challenge, who knows if I am or not? Time is the only thing that will tell for that. That thing will release me over the chasm. And you know when you've been released when you are now over the chasm and you have the knowledge you did. You're over the chasm and you now have the knowledge you did, and you feel the same you did before you got to the chasm, except you have new knowledge. This is one of the great amazing secrets of life, is that each of those each of those catapulting experiences takes you back to where you were. You don't necessarily, you are further on the path, but you're also back to where you were before you got to the chasm. The only difference is you have knowledge of what that chasm is. And the current one I'm facing is the ability to love myself and see my value. And I'm making progress. I am deeply focusing on this and trying to find the right balance of too little self-worth and conceitedness. Right in the middle is where I believe I need to get to. I'm too low on the self-worth side. So then on the other side of the chasm, you now are able to live with the knowledge of that thing, but it took the wrenching of your body and your soul and the catapulting over it. I'm aware that there'll likely be more chasms after this one. I don't know what they're going to be. Situations and people and environments and who knows what else will reveal the next chasm. But if you just open your eyes, pay attention, look, you will know you're at a chasm because you'll feel your body being disrupted. And until you allow yourself to let go in the experience, you've got to let go of the experience and accept an acceptance of what you were before you hit the chasm. Who were you before that? Who were you before that? That's where you want to get to, but have the new knowledge. It's hard work, self-development, self-growth, personal transformation is hard because your body is literally being wrenched. You will cry, you will yell, you will scream, you'll get angry, I'll do another video on what to do when you hit a chasm. But this is just talking about this YouTube channel of mine is now Jeremy J on the path. On the path. And just know that we're all on the path at different stages and different paths for each of us. It's almost like life customizes our own unique path that is needed for us. And it will put people, situations, health challenges, work disruption, etc. in your life to test and try you so that you can grow and become more than you already were. This is life, part of life. I'm very grateful for all of you watching. I really am. I'm so fortunate. I am so fortunate that I can share these videos with you. And then I have this wonderful condo and these cats, 2 daughters. My health is pretty good right now. Strangely enough, my health is good. Everything feels good. Isn't that mysterious? It's mysterious to me that my health would become amazing, not amazing, but really good right at the chasm. You have to do this work alone. When you hit the chasm and you feel it, you've got to do it alone. Once the experiences and people have come, you must now face yourself and allow the life experience to disrupt you and take you to the next stage. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.